let's start with the whole court case with Asmongold. Asmon asked court to dismiss Mizkif's defamation lawsuit. Asked to dismiss the lawsuit as he was repeating his own words. Mizkif is a public figure who's suing over commentary made in response to his own public statements, while failing to include that context in his complaint.
But like, that's what I think is so fucking funny about this. It's like, okay, word, Miz fails to mention that shit in his complaint, but it doesn't fucking matter. Because once this defamation lawsuit gets to discovery, I don't know what is not processing through Miz's brain to where, nigga, the judge is gonna discover your fucking response. And once he discovers your response, that shit is not going to be looking good for this nigga. I do not know why he doesn't understand this shit. Like,
motion states Mizkif, it would be obvious that nothing he is upset about is actionable as a defamation claim. This motion quotes Mizkif saying, I punched holes in the wall or slammed doors into direction.
Oh no!
I did take steroids that gave me insane anger issues. It also cites Mizkif stating, I said that if she goes after me, I will go nuclear.
Ah, that was like to one of the Miss Emery's employees at TwitchCon. Ah! No. I'm telling. See, what about like Miz? What about when all this shit, like when they find this in Discovery, what do you do then? Like, what do you do?
And that is exactly what I said, and that is what is going to happen. The filing argues that commentary on those statements constitute defamation under Texas law. By definition, Mizkif cannot sue Hoyt for defamation for simply repeating and agreeing with some of Mizkif's own statements. That is absolutely dastardly. Bro, I can't believe the statements being argued about are those fucking embarrassing ass statements.
Like, brother, bar for bar. You see, Emmy was violent too. She, wait, how did it go? Yo. Now you see, guys, Emmy was violent too. You see, she threw clothes and plushies at me. And in response, I punched holes in the wall and broke the fucking door handles off the hinges. It's like, bro, what the fuck is the judge going to say to that? I just need to see the judge's face on that one.
I hope to God, my one wish is that they bring up that singular statement in court where he goes, Demon!
Yes! Yes!
Time! They just play Mizkif going, I'm going demon time!
It is time to go full demon time.
And then he just fucking loses his mind, punches a hole in the court wall. Asmongold also argues that the statements in issue are constitutionally protected opinions rather than verifiable statements of fact. The motion characterizes the commentary as opinion and fair reporting based on Mizkif's own words. With both parties being public figures, the filing notes that Mizkif must prove actual malice by clear and convincing evidence.
Literally, like when we covered Quintio going over this, John, you could see on Mizkif's like court doc. One of the things he has to prove is reputational damages, like reputational. Truly can't grammar for shit. Honestly, we got pretty far into this one without being able to grammar. I ain't gonna lie, I'm surprised we weren't able to grammar earlier. But anyway, sorry about that, right? Yeah, one of Mrs. Jones is reputational damages. I don't know if y'all knew, but back in 2022, Miz had quite the controversy, I ain't gonna lie. And yeah, that definitely harmed his reputation, bruh. So his shit was already harmed, like, prior to this. But even going after, again, like, yeah, when heads were going over what you could within this, which was the Miss Emery and her response, obviously, you know, all the allegations she was levying against Miz. And then hours after his response is the only shit you could go over. So what the fuck? That's the only place you could get info from, unless, like, again, you know back-end info, or you were just straight up lying. But I doubt, again, Asmongold has the incentive to fucking lie about Miz. What is the point when you could just get all the Johns from Miss Emery and her response that was there? Like, bro. No, obviously, again, going back to what I said, heads were in OTK, so there probably was definitely some back-end information heads knew. But, like, yeah, they're not about to just keep dropping that, leaking all that in the factor of what is happening right now would have happened. But again, Miz is only filing this shit because he's a petty ass nigga, bro. Because again, nobody was lying by him. Nobody was defaming the nigga, bro. He fucked around defaming himself. I'm not gonna hold you, bro. But even sidebarring that, they're not even like, he didn't actually defame himself. But yeah, what he definitely did was corroborate some of the hefty allegations that Miss Emery was levying against them. Not all of them, but a good amount of them. And that shit does not look good.
But that standard cannot be met when the statements relied on Mizkif's own public admissions. Asmon is asking the court to dismiss the defamation claim with prejudice, or alternatively require Mizkif to replead with more specific claims. He's right if someone says I'm a regard and Asmon says he said he's a regard, that isn't defamation, it's his words.
Yeah.
Defamation is making claims that he didn't say to make him look bad.
Yeah, in order to harm his, like, you know what I'm saying, reputation, in order to, like, usually it would be like to harm his views or like to harm money in the case of a content creator, obviously.
Anyone with an ounce of knowledge of defamation cases now knows that Asmon's lawyer's argument is 100% correct. Meanwhile, Mizkif's lawyer hasn't provided any evidence. Well, I don't know what's exactly going on in the court case.
I just like my question is like, what from Miz himself, even though he wouldn't be able to drop this, even though he still is talking about the fucking lawsuits because he's talking about anonymous Emmer and a whole bunch of different shit within fucking him like crashing out on Tectone and shit. But anyway, sidebar that, I need to know what exactly did, like, you know what I'm saying, Asmongold say, because obviously the anonymous Emmer, she's levying allegations, so that's a whole different manner, and obviously that's got to be settled court of law. But what did Asmongold specifically say that was like gonna cause reputational harm to Miz? Like specifically from him, you already know, like, as Asmongold whole John was going to specifically ruin Miz's career, because literally, again, the things Asmongold were saying was the thing that Miz was saying, was the things that everyone else is saying, the shit that came from Miz's mouth. Like, I don't know, that shit is so ridiculous. I'm trying to tell you.
So I'll let the lawyers handle that shit, but I do find it funny.